Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map. I found this really interesting tag. It's called the Mid-Year Tarot Tag and it is by Chanel Days. I also just found her channel and I think it's pretty cool, so go check her out. I will link her channel below. The Mid-Year Tarot Tag has 12 questions. And let's just go with it. I might be a little bit boring, and if you don't like to hear about Carol Herzer decks, you may just switch off right now. Dun, 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 dun. All right, first question. Deck you've used the most so far in 2024. As you know, I read for people, so I keep turning my decks around fairly regularly, but I actually am surprised that one of the decks that I used quite a lot, and for many people on many different occasions, for myself as well, was this Cozy Witch Tarot deck, which is a little bit like a oracle deck as well. It's just one of those decks that I'm like the most surprised, positively surprised with, and it's just such a great reader too, good storyteller. The artwork is fairly intuitive, and the take on the cards or on the cards is so good. It's supportive, asking you to take responsibility and treat tarot readings as they should be treated, not as a prediction that's unchangeable, but as something that gives you a little warning sign or encouragement sign, and then it is fucking hell up to you. All right. So Cozy Witch Tarot deck, I can't stop with one only just because I've used quite a few. I have used quite a lot the Circle of Doors Tarot. It's the book and the deck, you know what I think about it. It's really good. I realized if you follow me on Instagram, I haven't maybe shared so much with this deck, but I have used it quite a lot this year for readings, for myself. The book Spectacular by Brian Duffy, very, very cool. I've got an interview with the creators of this deck, so please take a look. I will hopefully link it below or up here. And there was one more that I wanted to share. And of course, various editions of Carol Herzer's decks. So not just the glitter decks. I used her elemental original illuminated in mini version quite a lot when I travel. The Inner Truth Tarot deck is so beautiful. I used it a lot when I received it. And then, you know, I received many different decks from my dear friend Victoria, and she hates when I call her Vicky. And it's so endearing for me. But yeah, I can understand when somebody doesn't like, you know, the abbreviation of their names, and I seem to like it so much, and I just can't get over not saying it. So I'm sorry, Victoria, I didn't mean to. I will do better. So yeah, so these are like the decks that I used a lot in the first 6 months of this year. So the next question is a new deck that came into your collection. So recently I have received 3 oracle decks, 2 from Rockpool, the Lamas oracle from the series like Seasons of the Witch, and the Cowgirls and Aliens, which is really fun. I have them on my shelf. And then at the same day I also received this Mary Magdalene and the Women Disciples Oracle and Wisdom cards from Faye Barrett, and I love this deck. It is one of the decks, not per se for you know, daily pulls. It's more for inner work on Divine Feminine, and if you want to do contemplative, meditative work with the cards, this is a really cool deck for that. And Tarot deck that was the newest. It's actually, I didn't receive too many tarot decks recently, but I got this one, Tarociflora, which is a Marseille deck, mass-produced Marseille deck. Apparently it will be coming out with the booklet in English, which I think would be great because the booklets are quite expansive, but in Italian. But I just loved it for a Marseille deck. I love the backs of the cards and also the fronts. It's a pip deck, Italian style, with flowers and very kind of summery colors, just beautiful. So yeah, I got this one. So this is the newest addition to my Tarot Marseille family. The next question is the most anticipated deck that was released this year. I think for me, I think it was this year, was it? I think I'm thinking of the Witch Sister Tarot, and I think it came out in 2024. I mean, the first printing it says 2023, but I think when it got to Poland was 2024 already. And this deck, yeah, I was actually like really waiting for it. Okay, so this is a wonderful deck. I love the artwork, the way Julia Jeffrey depicted older women. I love their faces. I know that like some people think they're angry and hungry, but not to me. I actually think they're quite powerful and beautiful, and the older women are incredible. So if you connect it in any way or form to Celtic mythology and lore, you would love this deck. Biggest disappointment? I don't know. I'm not really... I couldn't think of anything. I'm not disappointed because I'm not really like waiting for anything in particular. I wrote when I was preparing for this tag, I wrote that the prices of glitter decks, they went up. That's my biggest disappointment. Biggest surprise. So not to repeat myself, but if it comes to just regular tarot decks, this was the biggest surprise. I didn't expect to like this deck so much, but of course the biggest surprise of this half of 2024, and I'm pretty sure the whole year and forever, is the surprise that Victoria sent me when she sent me 7 of Carol Herzer's decks, and 3 of those were glitter, and there was one Aura Shadows, which is so beautiful, with fluorescent. And I got the couple of decks that are like different, not like major only tarot, and astrology tarot deck with another little sweet Carol Herzer's version of Rider-Waite-Smith. So that was the biggest not expected surprise of the year. So thank you so much, Victoria. And just to show you, you can watch the whole video unboxing of this parcel that I'm doing, but this is Elemental Rainbows, which is small, has really cute bags, and lots of glitter, which probably you won't be able to see right now, but it's a very cute one that I like to take out also because it's quite small and, you know, laminated, so it's pretty cool. Deck crush, deck you're in love with. Oh, I've got a lot of those, but my biggest deck crush right now is still the Snow Starlight. So this one I swapped with Honey Lou. So Honey Lou, thank you so much. You provided me with my deck crush. I love this deck. This one is my perfect combo of color and no color. I thought it was a bit more green, but it's more blue, but it has a lot of green as well. And green this year in 2024 is my favorite color. This deck just has this quiet, deep voice. It really speaks to me. Every time I read with it for myself, mostly, I'm like impressed. I've done a couple of readings for other people too, but not for many. I kind of tend to keep it to myself. Love it. So Snow Starlight by Carol Herzer. This one has glitter and some fluorescent, which was my first deck with fluorescent and glitter, and I was absolutely amazed how stunning these decks are. And the deck crush, another deck crush that I'm actually totally in love with as well, is this tiny little thingy, Remembering the Sweet Fool Tarot by Trisha Murray. And this is actually the mini version of the previous deck that she's created, Remembering the Sweet Fool. It's exactly the same, just smaller and thinner paper. And I bloody hell love this deck. I love it. I love how it reads. I love what it does to my intuition and imagination. So I use it quite often, and I'm loving it. So that's my deck crushes. I should probably also add this one. This is my deck crush for a long time now, but it's the Herbal Healing deck. It was mass produced. I don't know if it's still available. It was out of print for a while, but I thought later on it came to print again. Not sure, but it's really good. It has great guidebook. I love this deck. I used it a lot for clients' readings this year, and if you have gotten Plant Ally reading or the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction reading, you would have received this deck in your reading. 7, Faith Tarot card. Oh, I didn't prepare this one. I kind of missed it. A Faith Tarot card. I think for this year. Oh, I think this year it was 9 of Pentacles. For some reason, 9 of Pentacles and the Star, definitely the Star and 9 of Pentacles. The Star because I'm still exploring the constellations, the fixed stars. Love my astrology, I'm doing a lot of astrological readings. If you would like an astrology reading from me, please check out what I offer. I offer tropical, so Western astrology readings, which are really in depth to our consultations. And I also offer constellational, true sidereal readings that show you, what constellations and fixed stars were activated when you were born, because the tropical astrology doesn't really reflect the real sky anymore. So I think these are my favorite card of the year is 9 of Coins and also the card of the stars. And whenever I do the true sidereal astrology readings, I often use the holistic astrological cards by Carney Tzor, because I also add information from Carney's courses. You can study with Carney about this information. You can get her deck and a couple of books that she wrote on it, that she not only looks at the constellation that's above our heads, but also at this piece of the sky, like this that's kind of in front and beyond the constellation, which she calls a realm, astrological realm. And I add this information to the spiral astrology reading that I offer on my website. So I use Carney's deck quite a lot, and I use the box of stars that at some point I swapped for with my friend from Deep Play. And this is just vintage images of constellations and stars. Love this deck, so it's so cool. And in the spiral astrology reading, you also will see a lot of Real Sky Astrology Tarot by Julie Kuchia Watts, and I love this deck. This is one of my favorite of Julie's decks, even though I don't know, I wouldn't be able probably to pick it as favorite because I love the Ma'at Tarot and Egyptian Tarot. She's just brilliant. But yeah, the Real Sky Astrology, I just use it a lot because of these spiral astrology readings and true sidereal astrology readings. So yeah, the Star and 9 of Pentacles, my favorite cards of the year until now. Deck that makes you happy. I will pick this one just to not repeat myself with Carol Herzer, by this Astro Herbology Tarot, which my friend Lina has shown to me. It makes me happy. It's funky, it's funny, it has astrology, it has plant knowledge, doesn't have any companion book, so you have to, do your own research or just rely on your own knowledge about the matter. But it is a funky, cool deck. It has decans, it has plants, as I mentioned, and really quirky, funky artwork, sense of humor, everything that a good deck should have. Herbal Astrology Tarot, you can find it on Make Playing Cards or Printer Studio, one of those two. Most beautiful deck this year. Well, I will have to have two, and as the most beautiful, I will probably say, you know, just Carol Herzer decks all together, all of them most beautiful, they amazing. I'm just going to show you a couple of cards from the Inner Truth Tarot deck, but all of them are just like incredible. I love them all. And this one is a glitter extravaganza. It has so much glitter. It's beautiful. It's inverted colors of just the regular Rider-Waite-Smith original illuminated, and all of them are amazing. They just take my breath away. So Carol Herzer glitter decks, and then the other one, also I have to thank my friend Jennifer for this, because we swapped for this one, is the Crimson Asteria Tarot. I really love this deck. I love everything about it, from the, you know, how the cards look, from the backs, from the fronts. I love what's written in the guidebook, but I hate how the guidebook just has these tiny letters. And this deck is beautiful. It's just one of those stunning, oops, upside down, stunning decks. And unfortunately I fucked up one of the cards with some glitter, which I was trying to add to a card. So yeah, my world has a little star here, but it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. And I love reading with it because also it's quite spacious. It has a lot of white space. Gorgeous. So Crimson Asteria Tarot, most beautiful deck. Thanks, Jennifer. What deck do you want by the end of the year? More Carol Herzer. I would love from Carol Herzer these two. So I don't know, I can't probably get them anymore because she doesn't have access to this old printer. So yeah, the large version of the Tarot Reveler, if it was glittered, oh, the best. And I would love the large version of Wirth that Carol Herzer had on her website, and it's unavailable right now. Probably she can make the smaller version, but I just would love the old version. So if anybody wants to sell or swap for anything else, please let me know. Which deck hasn't been used yet, but you want to work with it this year? Well, as I mentioned in my previous videos, I want to work more in depth with the Witch Sister Tarot, and I love actually deepening and kind of really getting nuances from the Healing Flower color cards. These are Bach flower cards. I'm using them in my Plant Ally readings when I do them with the essence or without. They're just very simple. They have color on one side and like a healing combination of colors on the other side, and there's 36 of each. So on 46 it's 38 basic cards and 39 meditation cards. Okay, and so each of the Bach flowers is there with the little affirmation or a little you know, what can go wrong, like emotional challenge. I love this deck. It's very cool. I think it's out of print. I found it here in Poland on the one of the sale sites, so I got this one and I'm really happy I did. So I want to use it a little bit more. And I want to study more spiral astrology type of, you know, readings, so the true sidereal side of astrology. Learn more about the fixed stars and see how that fits with my Western astrology training, okay? Favorite video you've made? Oh, okay. I think I like the series that I do. So I'm really good at promoting other people. This is one of my gifts. I don't really truly believe in like competition. I love when other people inspire me, when they feel, empowered. I feel empowered. So my Inspired Tarot Map series, when I have a lot of interviews with various artists, creators, people that inspire me. I've started it a long time ago, a couple of years ago, and there's a lot of interviews there, so you can go and see. There's interviews with Ellen Lorenzi Prince, Enrique Enriquez, and Mary White of Mary L. Tarot. I would love to invite Mary Greer to the interview. On Wednesday, tomorrow, I will be speaking with Athen Chimenti about true sidereal astrology. So if you're interested, join in or at least rewatch, because I think it will be at a weird time for America. And there is also an interesting playlist on Tarot de Marseille that seems to be quite popular. When I was learning Tarot de Marseille, I made these videos of like sharing what I'm learning. And there's also one which I called Study Tarot, where I have quite a few different videos on different major arcana cards and like all the other ones. There's also one on astrology talks, which you can check out with like Chiron video, Uranus video, and some other aspects when I was going through them and like just sharing. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. This was the mid-year tarot tag by wonderful Chanel, and go and check out her channel. It's really cool, especially if you're dating. I was watching 2 of her last videos. I'm not dating, but sounded pretty scary. I'm not envy anybody who has to date these days, which was much easier when I was younger. Seriously, no social media, no apps. We had to do it organically, but yeah, I'd probably get used to it. But from what she was sharing, which is really cool that she like put herself out there, it's quite tiring and weird. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye.